गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम शन्नो मित्रश्शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। So fifth अनुवाक। संहिता विषयम् उपासनम् उक्तं तदनु मेधाकामस्य श्रीकामस्य मंत्राः अनुक्रान्ताः ते च पारंपर्येण विद्या उपयोगार्था एव। अनन्तरं व्याहृतात्म्यनो व्याहृति आत्मनः ब्रह्मणः अंतरुपासनं स्वराज्यफलं प्रस्तूयते। नौ संहिता विषयम् उपासनम् उक्तं। नौ उपासना Samhita, Samhitopanishad was earlier told in the first Anuvakas. Previous Anuvakas, meditation on Samhita was mentioned. Later on, Medha Kamasya, Shri Kamasya mantraha anukrantaha. Later on in the Upanishad, it was taught the mantra for Medha. Right? It's followed by mantras for Shri Kamasya. Shri Kamasya Homa mantraha. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya says gaining of wealth must be preceded by the intelligence. Amedhasaha, it is all artham anartha eva, artham anartham. Now, techa paramparyena vidya upayogartha eva. That is a beauty. Paramparaya. In particular order when we follow, in the same order when we practice Samhitopanishad, meditation on Samhita, then we also, Medhas we have gained, then we also gained prosperity, Shri. All these things are Vidya Upayogartha eva. They all should facilitate in realizing our nature, in our sadhana, in realizing the Brahman, systematically. Because without basic intelligence, without the basic requirements, wealth, sadhana cannot continue. Without health. So, antas sampatti, bahis sampatti. Sampatti is required. Without intelligence of sadhana. So, all these are all meant for, again they are to be used in our sadhana towards meditation. So, very beautiful. Vidya upayogartha eva. All these things are only meant for Vidya only, not for anything else. Independently they are no complete value. Only intelligence for worldly purpose, money not used again in sadhana is of no use. In Upanishad, the direction is only towards realization. So everything is whatever is told, mentioned, brought, or analyzed, or made us understand. All these should facilitate and ultimately reach to Brahman. Okay. Anantaram Vyahritatmano Vyahrityatmanah Brahmanah Antarupasanam Swaradhyapalam Prastuyate. Now, here now, the fifth Anuvaka, Anantaram. Now slowly from Varna, from letters onwards, it started Upanishad. Matrabalam, all those things when we learned, slowly now it is Anantaram Vyahrityat. This Brahman, as Vyahritis, in the form of Vyahritis. Vyahriti, what is Vyahriti? We see. Now Brahman, before we recognize, we try to realize that Nirguna Parabrahma Paramatma, the Brahman, the student cannot immediately realize the Brahman, grasp it, comprehend it. So he is trained to contemplate on Brahman as Vyahriti, in the form of Vyahritis, encompassed in Vyahritis. What are Vyahritis? Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, and Mahaha. These three, plus 1 4. Fourth one also is Vyahriti is also told. Now, Vyahritatmano Brahmanaha, so of the Brahman, in the form of Vyahritis. Where are these Vyahritis? Brahman as Hiranyagarbha is expressing. In the Nirguna Parabrahma, there is no Vyahriti, there are no Vyahritis. There is neither Bhuhu, nor Bhuvaha, nor Suvaha, nor Mahaha in Nirguna Parabrahma. So in Brahman as Hiranyagarbha, in that, so we are contemplating on that Brahman in the form of Hiranyagarbha, who is encompassed in the Vyahritis such as Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, and Mahaha. Now this is the meditation is taught now. Systematically we will go. So, what is this Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha? Bhuhu stands for this world. Bhuvaha stands for intermediate space, intermediate lokas. Suha stands for the Swarga. So these three Vyahritis, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Brahmanaha, Antarupasanam. Upasana is internal meditation it is. No, Bahirgata sadhana is now slowly we are now lifted, promoted to Antarupasana, not Bahirupasana. This now meditation turned towards within. So Antarupasanam Prastuyate, or even Prastuyate means is given out now, glorified or given or explained. It begin now, it made to begin. Now what is this Swaradhya Palam? What is the Palam of this Antarupasana? Each word is so depth actually. Swaradhya, sovereignty is the result of it. Now sovereignty means, imagine this individual, the self, before we recognize or realize the Nirguna Parabrahma Paramatma, when we are transcending various states, there is one state in evolution where Swaradhya Palam, sovereignty is experienced, Kevalatvam is experienced. As I alone am, Swaradhya, and then independence. That independence in the entire creation itself. Not our independence of reckless behavior or carelessness, but that's something highest. So Swaradhya Palam Prastuyate, like you become a king. And afterwards again Nirguna Parabrahma Upasana begin again. So Antar Upasanam Swaradhya Palam Prastuyate. So now, why this is taught? Because if it is taught directly, this Nirguna Parabrahma Paramatma, Upasana on meditation on Nirguna Brahman, if is suddenly taught to a disciple, he cannot do it. So slowly he is made to realize this Bhuhu is none other than the Brahman alone in this form. Then I am slowly exposed to Bhuvaha. intermediate lokas, certain things, certain experiences, certain realities are exposed. Then I go to slowly suvaha, expand my consciousness. Then bhuhu bhuvaha suvaha is now realized, understood. Then I go to fourth Vyahriti as Brahman. That is the meaning. Now, more of the things, slowly we see what are the other details in this. Now, this is only the small paragraph of what you call Sambandha, Bhashya for this Anuvaka. Now, read after me, chant after me. Bhurбhuvah suvariti va etastisro vyahritayah तासामुहस्मैतां चतुर्थीं माहाचमस्य प्रवेदयते महयिति तद्ब्रह्मा स आत्मा अंगान्यन्या देवताः भूरिति वा अयं लोकः भुव इत्यन्तरिक्षम् सुवरित्यसौ लोकः मह इत्यादित्यः आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते भूरिति वा अग्निः भुव इति वायुः सुवरित्यादित्यः मह इति चन्द्रमाः चन्द्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि ज्योतिगंसि महीयन्ते भूरिति वा रुचः भुव इति सामाने सुवरिति यजुगंसि मह इति ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मणा वाव सर्वे वेदा महीयन्ते भूरिति वै प्राणः भुव इत्यपानः सुवरिति व्यानः मह इत्यन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणा महीयन्ते तावा एताः चतस्रश्चतुर्धा That's why I split. तावा एताः चतस्रः चतुर्धा चतस्रश्चतस्रो व्याहृतयः तायो वेदा स वेद ब्रह्मा सर्वेस्मै देवा बलिमा वहन्ति really, if you understand this, together. Bhorabhuvah suvariti va yetastisro vyakritayah tasamuhasmaitam chaturthim mahajamasya pravedayate mahayiti tad brahma sa atma anganyanya devataha bhoriti va ayam lokaha bhuvayityantariksam suvarityasau lokaha mahayityaadityaha आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते भूरिति वा अग्निः भुवयिति वा सुवरित्यादित्यः महयिति चन्द्रमाः चन्द्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि ज्योतिगंषि महीयन्ते भूरिति वा रुचः भुवयिति सामानि सुवरिति यजुगंषि महयिति ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मणा वाव सर्वे वेदा महीयन्ते भूरिति वै प्राणः भुवयित्यपा सुवरिति व्यानः महयित्यन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणा महीयन्ते तावा एताश्चतस्रश्चतुर्धा चतस्रश्चतस्रो व्याकृतयः तायो वेद स वेद ब्रह्मा सर्वेस्मै देवा बलिमा वहन्ति. Now, so what is this? This Anuvaka speaks about. It teaches us how to meditate on Brahman in the form of Hiranyagarbha, the encompassing, as expressing as Hiranyagarbha, who is encompassing or embodied or expressing in the form of Vyakritis such as Bhuhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha. These three Vyakritis. And the fourth one is the Brahman himself. Now that is the meaning. Now what are the sadhanas practically that we will see later on? First let us now go through our Acharya Bhashya. Then we will try to understand what is it about. Then maybe perhaps if we can think, we have to contemplate upon what is the meaning of meditation on Bhuhu, what is the meaning of meditation on Bhuvaha, and what is the meaning of meditation on Suvaha, that we will understand practically. Now let us now see. Bhur Bhuvaha Suvaha iti. Now, Bhur Bhuva Suvariti iti. Iti means these three, thus. Now, iti means what? Iti ukta upapradarshanaarthaha. Now see. Bhur Bhuva Suvariti. Iti, again twice. Iti means does. These three, this. Meaning, it is actually upapradarshanaartha means to draw our attention to it. Iti, why is used iti? Bhur Bhuva Suvaha, you can say. No, iti. Iti indicates again drawing our attention to Bhur Bhuva Suvaha again. Straight away we can say, instead of, without using iti or etc., we can explain anything. For example, what do you call, three articles you can take. This article, this article, this article, bring them. But again when we say this article plus this article and plus this article, these three you bring. When you say again these three, why do we again use these to draw our attention to the earlier three? बर्तन ले आओ, दूध भी ले आओ और कच्ची भी ले आओ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ये तीनों लेके आना। फिर बोलने के बाद फिर ये तीन कहने के क्या मतलब है? अंडरस्टूड? ब्रिंग बर्तन, ए वेसल, ब्रिंग ladle, bring some milk. No, these three articles are mentioned. So when you told me, I may bring or I may forget one. So we say ये तीनों इकट्ठा साथ में लेके आना. These three you bring again, we say. So iti bhurbhuvassuvaha. Iti means these three. Iti again indicating bhurbhuvassuvaha only. So iti is uktaha upapradarshanaartha. What has already been said, ukta upapradarshanaartha means again it is to draw our attention to what was already said earlier. Got understood? In व्यवहार में भी हम इसी का प्रयोग करते हैं. So भूर्भुवस्सुवृतिः. Now एतास्तिस्रः इति च प्रदर्शितानां परामर्शार्थः. एतास्तिस्रो, पहले इति तो बोल दिया, फिर अगेन यू सेड एतास्तिस्रो, these three व्याहृतयः. अगेन व्हाई डू यू से these three again? बार बार क्यों दोहराते हैं? अगेन एतास्तिस्रः इति च, these three प्रदर्शितानां परामर्शार्थः. परामर्शार्थ मीन्स whatever has been told, again to bring them back to our memory. Paramarshartha, meaning to call again to our memory. So Bhagavan Shankara, otherwise, why again repetition? Bhurbhuvassuvaha iti. जो ऐसा जो तीन है, इति. एतास्तिस्रो, अरे फिर दोहराते हैं. Again these three. Again not to make us forget. These three only I am talking. Bhuhu bhuvah siti. So upapradarshitaanam paramarshārtah. Very beautiful. Paramrushtaha smaryante va iti anena. Now, va means or why. It is actually used for what? Paramarshat. Again, why should this be used again? This what you call? Why indicates. Etas tisro bhurbhuvassuvaha iti va. Why is there, no? Va or why indeed? Why va shabda? Va shabda Bhagavan Shankaracharya again says paramrushtaha smaryante va iti anena. By using this shabda why, what is now is actually refreshing our memory. Paramrushtaha. Why indeed? Again, when you say indeed or why is used again to make our memory fresh. My God. So bhurbhuvassuvaha iti etaha tisroho, these three. Iti va again is used to bring back our memory. Now, tisraha etaha prasidha vyahritayah smaryante tavat. Now, these three very popular vyahritis which are known to us. Gayatri mantra mein bhi om bhuh bhuvah suvah tat savituh varenyam. So, here these three vyahritis very popular in Veda, in our culture. These three are very popular. Bhuh, bhuvah and swaha. Tisra etaha. These three prasiddha vyahritayah smaryante. Now, they are actually making us remember these popular three vyahritis. Bhuh, bhuvah, swaha. Now, tasam iyam chaturthim vyahritim maha iti. Among these three, apart from that, again in the vyahritis list only, fourth vyahriti is called as maha. Okay, fourth vyahriti is maha. Now, what is that? Chaturthim vyahriti maha iti. Tam etam chaturthim mahachamasasya apatyam mahachamasya. So, mahachamasasya apatyam mahachamasya pravedayate. Now, this mahachamasa, Who gave fourth Vyahriti? Mahachamasya. Dirgha. Mahachamasya. He is a Rishi. Now, he was son of Mahachamasaha. Son of, Apatya means son. Mahachamasaha is a father's name. So, son is Mahachamasya. So, this fourth Vyahriti called Mahaha is known to a sage by name Mahachamasya. Dirgha. Mahachamasya. Who was the son of Mahachamasaha. The fourth Vyahriti is known to him. There is something fourth. Behind the Bhuhu, behind the Bhuvaha, behind the Swaha, the fourth Vyahriti is known to Pravedayate. He knows, very clearly he knows it. Vedayate. Veda, to know. Pravedayate. He knows it. Now, so therefore Chaturthi Vyahriti is Mahachamasasya. Mahachamasasya Apatyam. Mahachamasya Pravedayate. He knows it. Now, Ya, actually in grammar we enter, Ya indicates a family. So, Mahachamasa, Mahachamas is the name of his father. Mahachamas plus Ya. Ya indicates family of that Mahachamas, Mahachamas family, a title. So, in that family, Ya indicates family. So, Mahachamasya, Chamasasya, Mahachamasya. The son is Mahachamasya. He knows the fourth one, the fourth Vyahriti. So, Bhurbhuvasvaha iti eta tisro Vyahritayah tasam. Now, again, here articles now. Particles, sorry. U, ha, sma. Tasam, u, ha, sma. In the text you read. Tasam plus u, ha, sma. Etam chaturthi mahachamasya pravedayate. They use particles, they are called. U, ha, and sma. There are three particles. Now, these three particles refer to who, sma means what? They are actually, these three particles refer to past. Meaning what? It is in the past, meaning what is happening now? Iti etesham vrutta anukathanarthatvat viditavan dadarsha ityarthaha. Because of these particles which are referring to past, Vrutta Anukathanarthatvat, these particles U, Ha, Sma in Sanskrit indicates past. Now, since they are indicating the past, means what? Means the great sage called Mahachamasya knew, visualized, see? Viditavan dadarsha iti arthaha. Meaning, it is not realized in the past, long ago, in the long past itself, there was a great sage by name Mahachamasya who visualized it, who realized it, who knew about it. Which one? The fourth Vyahriti. What is the fourth Vyahriti named as? Mahaha. So Mahachamasya Maha is given that. Fourth Vyahriti is called as Maha. So, U, Ha, Sma, these three indicate not in the recent past but remote past, somewhere in the past only, not in the present. So, this Mahachamasya sage of belonging to the past sometime, he knew it, he realized it. What is that? Fourth Vyahriti. Now, what is all about it, we will see now. Slowly will explanation begin. What is the fourth Vyahriti? What is the Bhuhu? What is Bhuvaha? More about it we will see. Now, let us go through the Bhashya. Mahachamasya Grahanam Arsha Anusmaranartham. See now. Now, why to take the name of Mahachamasya? Mahachamasya, name of the person you have taken, Rishi. Anusmaranartham. So, what is that? Mahachamasya Grahanam Here that you have taken the text May Upanishad, Mahachamasya name also has come. Why it is called? Because Arsha Anusmaranartham. Why? Because to remember the Rishi. This name is taken there in the Upanishad. Who gave this? This Maharishi gave this. Now Bhagavan Shankaracharya so beautifully here he says, Rushis Smaranamapi Upasanangam iti gamyata iha upadeshat. Now what is to be understood is, Upasana mein yog ang hai. Upasana ang mein Rushis Smaranam is a must. So Rishi, mantra, when all these things, when we chant a mantra, there is a chandas for the mantra. Vedic meter is there. Devata is there, presiding Devata. And the Rishi who revealed it, that also is there. Gayatri mantra. Who was the Rishi? Vishwamitra. Chandas, Gayatri Chandas. Deity, Savituhu, some god. Mantra, Devata, Chandas and Rishi. When you take mantra, all the three also are to be remembered. Otherwise, it is Upasananga. Other Upasana remains incomplete. So when we chant Gayatri mantra, we must remember this Gayatri Chandas is there. Mantra in the form of a Chandas. 8 syllables there. Gayatri, 3 into 8, 24 letters. So whole Valmiki Ramayana is written in Gayatri Chandas only. Not Gayatri Chandas, that entire beautiful, the mantra only comes. So, mantra, if you take mantra, that is their mantra, then deity related to that Devata, Rishi and Chandas. So, Rishi Smaranam, remembering the Rishi daily, whenever we chant, whatever we chant, any mantra, Rishi Smaranam also Upasanangam. Upasana ka ang banta hai. Rishi ka smaran bhi. Gamyata, I mean, it is to be understood here very clearly that Rishi Smarana also Upasana anga. Okay. Now, Ya yam Mahachamasyena drushta vyahriti hi Maha iti tad Brahma. Now, that fourth vyahriti, apart from Bhuhu, Bhuvaha and Suvaha, the fourth vyahriti called as Mahaha, which was realized by a Mahachamasya sage. What is it? Maha means what? Mahaha is none other than Brahman. Tad Brahma. Mahaha iti tad Brahma. Hiranyagarbha Rupena. Nirguna Brahma is the Brahman as Hiranyagarbha. The fourth is Mahaha. He realized the fourth one. What is his fourth he? Then what? Mahadhihi Brahma Mahascha Vyakritihi. So beautiful. Brahma is Mahadhi. Brahman is great. Is it not? Big, huge, all pervading, great. So Bhagavan says, Brahman also is great. Vyakriti, Mahaha also is great. Vyakriti. Because Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, they are not pervading. Each one is absent in the other two. Bhuhu is not in Bhuvaha and Swaha. Bhuvaha is not in Bhuhu and Swaha. Swaha is not in Bhuhu and Bhuvaha. But Mahaha is in Bhuvaha, Swaha and Bhuhu. Why is Brahman? It is there in all the planes it is there. Therefore it is great also. So Mahadhi Brahma Mahascha Vyakritihi. This Vyakriti Maha also is great. Kim Punastat? What is it again? Sa Atma. Oh, when you say, very beautiful. When you say something Maha is Brahman and Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, this world, intermediate lokas and the Swarga loka, these three, and the fourth one is Mahaha, then where am I? Now, where are we positioning ourselves when you are chanting? Somewhere Brahman is alag hai, Mahabhuhu alag hai. No, that Brahman sa Atma. Tat Brahma sa Atma. That Brahma is none other than, again, is not separated from me, is my own self. Why? Apnotehe vyapti karmanaha atma. No, atma shabda is derived from the root up. Up. Up means vyapnut, all pervade. It indicates up dhatu, root, indicates vyapakam. Vyapakam means expansion. Up. So atma shabda is derived from the root up. Up means encompassing. Vyaptehe, apnotehe. So it is encompassing. Up shabda, up root. So from the Atma word is derived from root. So apnotehe vyapti karmanaha Atma. What is the Atma? Is it all pervading? Vyapti karmanaha. It pervades all. Therefore it is called as Atma. Otherwise, immediately we think, because we have very peculiar understanding, that my Atma is Chota Atma, Aapka Atma Bada Atma. The moment the Brahman is said, and Brahman is Sa Atma, then immediately I imagine myself as a small spark or something within me. No, the very meaning of Atma itself is all encompassing. In the next Anuvaka, next chapter also we see this. This very wonderful thing will come now. Very deep. The Taittiriya Upanishad takes us slowly into deep states. Bhashya you will enjoy afterwards in next chapter. Very deep it is. So it's just simply started with Varna, Matra, Varnaswaraha, Matravalam, Samasantanaha, Ichuktasya Ekshadhyayaha, Shiksham Vyakhyasya. Simple letters ke saath. From there, now we have come up to Antar Upasanam Swaradhyapalam Prastuyate. Bhur Bhuha Suhaiti is Vyahritis, Maha is fourth one, Maha is Brahma, Brahma is Atma. Now, Itarascha Vyahrutayaha Lokaha Devaha Vedaha Pranascha Maha iti Anena Vyahrityatmana Aditya Chandra Brahma Annabhutena Vyapyante Yataha Ataha Angani Avayava Anya Devataha. Now, slowly we enter into subject now. See. Itarascha Vyahritaya. Now, what are other Vyahritis? You see. Now, you see. We can write down like this. And you can see this pointer and you can write 4 columns. First, you write Bhuhu here. Bhuhu. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 lines you write. Vertical 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the lines you got. 4 lines if you got, you will get 5 dabbas. Okay? 5 dabbas. 4 lines. Then, first top, Bhuhu. Vyahriti, Bhuhu. Now, this Bhu Vyahriti is encompassing. What? Here write down the first block. Top mein, worlds, world, Lokaha. Next one, Agni. Now itself we write down. Agni, fire. Third one, Rigveda. Fourth one, Prana. Air. Air is ingoing breath. In-breath prana. In-breath air. So Bhuhu. What is Bhuhu? The Loka, Agni, Rigveda and Prana. So horizontal again, put dabba like this. I mean, underline everything. Next one, Bhuhu niche Bhuvaha. So first one, Bhu में क्या हुआ? Bhuhu, Lokaha, worlds, Agni, the fire, Rigveda and Prana, in breath. Now underline. हो गया. डब्बा डाल दिया ना, फिर again another one. Bhuvaha, rows and columns. So Bhuvaha. Bhuva में क्या है? First one. Antariksha. That is intermediate space, or put it as sky. Sky. And next comes air, Vayu. Third one, Samaveda, Samagana, Samaveda. And the fourth one is Apana. Apana means outgoing breath. You can put it. So Bhuhu is over, Bhuvaha is over. Next one, Suvaha. Now Suvaha, you write again, Swarga, heaven. Heaven, then sun, next one, sun, then Yajurveda, then Vyana, circulation within this body which is there and neither going nor coming inside but circulating inside. Vyana is the fourth over. Next one come. What next Vyahriti? Mahaha. Mahaha, next column, next dabba, sun, Surya Bhagavan, Aditya. Again you write Aditya only. Next one is the moon. Here sun is the Brahman only, no doubt about it, as the Paramatma. Anyway, moon, then Rigveda, then Yajurveda ke niche Om, and Vyana ke niche Annam, food. Yajurveda ke niche Om. Om. So moon, the sun, moon, Om, Annam, food. Now see, now this Mahaha is Brahman, is pervading the Suvaha, Bhuvaha, Bhuhu. Now see, again you see Omkara you come. What is pervading in Veda mantras? Yajurveda, Samveda, Rigveda, Omkara only. So Omkara is Shabda, mantras also Shabda. So Shabdas are pervaded by Om. And what is Vyana, Apana and Prana? Functions, vital forces are sustained by, nourished by food that we take, Annam. So Annam Brahma Swarupam was told, no? Annam Para Brahma Swarupam, he says. Why? Just as Brahma, as Maha Vyahruti, supports the Suvaha, Maha, Suvaha, Bhuvaha, Bhuhu Vyahrutis. Similarly, Anna is pervading the pranas, nourishing the pranas. Omkara is pervading the Veda mantras. Right? Chandrama. Chandrama means the deities here. Sun, air and fire. All these deities are, luminaries are pervading by the deity called Chandrama. Now did you understand this? Now when you understand this chart, then it is easy. So, by luminaries means the deities, presiding deities of these luminaries are pervaded by the moon. And niche se aaye aap, Maha is pervading, no? So niche moon hai sabse, niche. So moon is pervading all these things, pervaded by moon. The Vedas, which are in the form of speech, are pervaded by the syllable Om. And the vital forces are nourished by food. So other Vyahritis, such as comprising the what? Worlds, gods, and Vedas and vital forces are all depending on what? Mahaha, on fourth Vyahriti, Mahaha. See? Now, this is what is told. Therefore, now you come this now. See, Itarascha Vyahritayaha Lokaha, worlds, Devaha, Vedaha, Pranascha, all these. Maha iti anena vyahrityatmana Aditya, Chandra, Brahma, Annabhutena. Mahaha in the form of Aditya, Chandrama, then Annabhutena, Brahma, Brahma means Homkara here. See, Mahaha, last column you see. Maha, sun, moon, Om and Annam, is it not? Now here similarly, the Annabhutena, Vyahritatmana, Aditya, Chandra, Brahma, Aditya, sun, Chandra, moon, Brahma. Brahma means what here? Not Brahma, original Brahman. Brahma is Omkara here. So that's why Omkara we have taken here. Brahma as Omkara, then Anna, Bhutena, Vyapyante. So Mahaha, fourth Vyahriti, is pervading what? As pervading, see, the world's intermediate space and heaven in the form of Aditya. Mahavyahriti in the form of moon is pervading the other sun, air and fire, devatas. Om Mahaha as Om Vyahriti, fourth one, is pervading Yajurveda, Samaveda and Rigveda. And that Annabhutena, Mahaha as Annabhutena is pervading the pranas. Now when you refer all these things, understand they are devatas. Presiding deities are there. Now, everything is now imagined as a trunk. This portion of human body is trunk. Is it not? So what is Bhuhu? Bhuhu is legs. Bhuvaha is hands. Suvaha is head. Maha is the central portion. ठीक है? Bhuhu legs. Bhuvaha hands. Suvaha head. Mahaha trunk. Now tell me, limbs are healthy or they grow only because of the trunk, is it not? They depend on the trunk. Now legs, hands, etc. are all limbs of what? This trunk. You don't call this central portion as a limb of this one. Hand is a limb, legs are limbs. Similarly, in Maha, fourth Vyahriti, Hiranyagarbha, Brahman as Hiranyagarbha, Devatas, worlds, all these things are Angani, limbs. अभी समझ में आया? अब्बा ऑलमोस्ट 1 घंटे के बाद थोड़ा थॉट पकड़ा न तो क्या कहाँ कहाँ या व्यावृत्ति क्या है, भू क्या है, भूवो क्या है, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. फोर्थ वन महा बोलते हैं, महाव्याप्त बोल पकड़. सो अतः देयरफॉर अंगानी अवयवाः अन्या देवताः. देयरफॉर टू दैट फोर्थ वन महा, टू ट्रंक पोर्शन, all other devatas are there, its limbs. Understood now? So bhuhu, bhuvaha, swaha, worlds, lokas, all these things, yajna, agni, aditya, all these are all devatas. So devata grahanam upalakshanartham lokadinam. So lokadinam upalakshanartham devata grahanam, meaning mentioning of the gods. Devata grahanam, devatas are mentioned here. Is for what? Is only actually suggesting, suggestiveness. So world means devatas are to be considered there, not the dead matter. So suggestive of the worlds and also other factors involved in it. So when I say loka, when I say earth, it is not matter. I am referring to the spirit presiding over it, Bhudevi. When you call someone by name and the form, but do you mean the form and the size and the shape and then body, or the spirit presiding over it? थिंक। मैं उनसे मिलके आया, उन्होंने मुझे बात की, ठीक है। हु? समबडी एक्स। डिड यू गो टू मीट हिज बॉडी? So when I refer his name or show his photo, actually I am not showing the body. What my intended meaning is the spirit presiding over the particular body. Govind Chaitanya. Who is Govind Chaitanya? Not the body. मैं उनसे मिलके आया हूं। किन से मिलके आया है? That person. Who is that person? Not the body we met. So the bhava is the deity, the presiding spirit over it. Similarly, when we say loka, what we mean is suggesting the gods therein. Therefore, all these are all presiding devatas or deities or limbs in Paramatma, in Brahman, who is expressing as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is like trunk, and rest all are all the lokas, meaning all the gods. Lokadi devata, what you call grahanam, upalakshanartham lokadinam. So devata when you say upalakshanartham lokadinam, and loka when you say it's behind devata. Both you should understand simultaneously. When I say Bhudevi, I must also understand Bhuloka, because Bhudevi is invisible. And Bhuloka है, इसीलिए भूलोक के लिए ही भूदेवी है. If Bhuloka is not there, there is no Bhudevi. But Bhu itself is not there. So, Upalakshanartha. Now, Maha iti etasya vyahrutyatmano deva lokadayaha sarve avayavabhutaha yataha ataha aha adityadibhir lokadayaho mahiyante iti atmanaha angani mahiyante mahanam vruddhihi upachayaha mahiyante vardhanta ityartaha. This we can take up tomorrow, this thought. So what is this now? This 4 Vyahruti, 3 Vyahrutis, Tat Sambandhita Agni, all those things, Bhuhu, comprising these 4. Loka, Agni, Devata, Prana, etc., etc. All these 4, supported by the Mahaha, 4th Vyahruti. So Anna is pervading all the vital forces. Omkara is pervading the Rugyajur Sama mantras. Chandrama is pervading the luminaries of all the deities. Aditya is pervading the lokas. All the worlds are sustained by Aditya. So the 4th factor is called as Maha, which is pervading the other 3 and supporting the other 3. So Maha is Brahman. That Brahma is Atma. Now where is the student's mind lifted? Now he is taught how to meditate on first Bhuvaha, Bhuhu, then Bhuvaha, then Suvaha. Then only you will be able to appreciate, understand or comprehend Mahaha. Slowly he is going. Now when he understood entire Srishti as the limbs of Paramatma, Vishwarupa, Virat Rupa, Hiranyagarbha, all these things understood, then meditation becomes easy. And then we slowly, this Antarupasana Swarajya Palam Prastuyate. The result is Swarajya. Now one thing I just tell you, Swarajya means I tell you, what is it? With this thought we will close. Suppose you are a owner of a house which has 14 halls or rooms. Big one, big house, mansion. You are the owner. Outsiders who visit your house, they may have eagerness to see all your mansion, including bedroom. Outsiders. But they don't have freedom. They cannot go unless you permit them. आप ये कमरा भी देख लीजिए, इसको भी देख लीजिए, ये भी देख सकते हैं आप. Otherwise you cannot go into master bedroom or anything, kitchen or anything, all the time. No, the owner is there. You are the owner. You have freedom. This is not Swarajya Phalam. It doesn't mean you don't have that eagerness inside you to run and see from one room to other room, to live in each room for some time, to enjoy the beauty of each room for some time. Why? You know, whole mansion is yours. Whenever you want, you can go. There is no gabarahat, there is no eagerness, there is no anxiety in you to tour all the 14 rooms all the time, to hug all the 14 rooms. You have freedom, nobody can obstruct you, you can go and function in any room, from any room, is it not? Now imagine that state in the cosmos. Naradji, who can stop him? He can go to Patala, he can go to Brahmaloka. Swarajya Palam. Imagine that freedom. Through sankalpas, through whatever you want, you can get. But the very beauty is they don't misuse, because everything is yours. There is no question of theft, no question of dacoity. Why? Everything is yours. When everything is yours, there is no greed, no? When there is no greed, there is no crime, no? Can you understand this state? No greed, no crime, no desire. Why? Everything is yours. अब काम कहाँ से आता है बताइए? That's why next Anuvaka it comes. Next Anuvaka, next Valli. Imagine that state. That is called Swarajya Palam. What a beauty it is. And Swarajya Palam again is one step below Brahman. Why? You are able to see this manifestation. Still you are Nirguna Paraparam Paramatma, apne aap mein bas baith gaye. But Antar Upasana leads to that state of Swarajya Phalam. So when whole thing is my own, I am the boss, all property is mine, whole cosmos is in my name. I can go wherever I want, I can meet anyone whoever I want. Whatever wish is there, I can fulfill. But everything is mine. There is no crime. There is no desire. Kama is not there. Everything is at my disposal. I am free. I am enjoying this vibhuti. Now, what is our condition? Stuck up here. Clothed in matter. Packed in matter. That is why first step for meditation, first progress is disidentification from the body on the seat of meditation. एक बार उसका अनुभव हो जाए हमको, you will not like this world. Nothing is tasty in this world for you. करना है काम तो करना है. One disciple went and asked a guru. It happened. One great bhakta, he went and asked a Mahayogi, great guru. He said, no, Swamiji, please bless me. Actually I just wanted to get rid of this identification of the body and go deep into meditations. Please bless me. You know what that guru replied? The guru replied, you don't have it, he said. Not Vedanta. That way, he says, you don't have it, you don't have to worry. Why? Guru is keeping it for you for his work. I am telling you, you relax, he said. What an assurance it is. Don't worry. Seriously, he looked into the eyes of the person and he said, Guru is keeping it for you, for his work. You don't have it. What you don't have identification with the body, he said. But I feel it. That is an illusion created by Guru for you. In order to make you work, his agenda is there. So you relax. What an assurance it was. So Swarajya Palam Prastuyati. Very beautiful it is. All yoga siddhis. Yogi, how did Arjuna went to Swarga? How did he travel from this jungle to within one day? Within fast, very few hours, he reached Badrinath and the top mountains of Gandhamadana, from there disappeared. 5 years he was not on the globe. You seen Mahabharata, really hearing, no? 5 साल पृथ्वी पर नहीं थे वो, चला गया. Again he manifested there. That is called Swarajya Palam. Free, and the eternal spirit free. So this Antarupasana leads to the inner dimensions. We transcend the dimension to realize again non-dual Brahman, Nirguna Parabrahma, Paramatma. That is a goal. But this, without these steps, directly it cannot be known. Therefore, these are given, upasanas are given in Upanishad. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Shubham Bhuyat.